You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Goldwing Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
Today I want to talk to you about a recent trip that I've taken on my new Honda Goldwing. Right now I'm sitting at 653 miles on my 21 Honda Goldwing. I'm at 653 miles, and I want to talk to you guys about a recent trip that I actually took on my new Goldwing. It was actually the first trip. I wanted to see how the new Goldwing was going to perform on a road trip. So I went out on a small road trip. The road trip was only about 200 miles one way for a total of about 400 miles, a little bit over 400 miles. So I went out on this road trip, and I just want to share my experience with you guys. So how did I enjoy my new Goldwing on the road trip? Well, I'm here to tell you that I was not pleased. I'm just being honest with you. You guys know I don't have any cut cards. I'll tell you guys the truth. If something is good, I'll tell you it's good. If it's bad, I'll tell you it's bad. So I don't have any cut cards, and I think a lot of people can respect my honesty. Now, the bike performed flawlessly. It did. The gear shift was smooth. Everything was smooth. The bike performed flawlessly riding on my 200-mile one-way trip. The problem that I had is that the seat was so uncomfortable. The seat was very uncomfortable. That's one thing about this new Honda Goldwing. I know they said that the seat is improved from the 2018. I know that 2018 model. They said the seat was very uncomfortable on it. But I'm here to tell you that on this new 21 Honda Goldwing, the seat, it feels comfortable when the bike is just sitting in park. If you just sit on the bike and you're not riding the bike and you're pressing on the seat, it actually feels pretty good. But I took a 200-mile trip, and I had to stop about 3 times. The seat just got so unbearable. It was just unbearable. It was so uncomfortable. I've said that if I'm going to make a long distance tour out of this new Goldwing, I'm going to have to upgrade the seat. There's no way around it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to have to upgrade the seat. Now, with my 2016, I had it for several years, and the seat was pretty much the last thing I did. That OEM factory seat was not uncomfortable. It actually did pretty good. I rode several years and didn't have a problem. But on this new Goldwing, the seat is not that comfortable. I'm going to be honest with you. So if you guys are thinking about buying the new Goldwing, be prepared to buy a new seat. And that's one of the things that I feel that Honda dropped the ball on in that department, is that you're charging all of this money for a new Goldwing. You're charging the price of an automobile for a new Goldwing, and the seat is so uncomfortable on a long ride. Now, if you're going to take a short ride, you'll probably be okay. If you're not going to be going that far, you'll probably be okay. And I'm sure there are some riders out there that seats are still stock, and maybe they are taking long distance trips on it. You know, I've had a couple people say, well, Chris, maybe you're just used to your 2016 and that seat is just more comfortable. But that is true. But I'm here to tell you that the seat on this new Goldwing is not comfortable at all. I mean, it's okay sitting in one spot. You know, it's okay sitting in your garage. But if you're talking about doing a long distance trip, this seat is not comfortable. I'm just being honest with you. Do I like the Goldwing? Yes, I like it. But I do not like the way the new seat feels. I think that if you're going to spend $30,000 on a motorcycle, I think that at least the motorcycle manufacturer should give you a top of the line seat. But as far as how the bike performed when I was making my 200-mile trip, the bike performed fine. Now you actually take on a lot of wind. I can tell you right off the bat that if you're thinking about buying this new Goldwing and you're going to be doing some highway touring, you're going to be doing some long distance touring, you're going to want to keep that wind off of you. Now, if you're doing a short trip or short ride, you'll be fine. But on a long trip, you're going to be taking a lot of wind. Now, that's okay in the summertime when it's real hot out. You know, that's not a bad thing, you know. You're going to be taking in a lot of wind when it's hot. But in the wintertime, that could be a problem if you guys plan on riding your bike during the winter months. So it depends on how you plan to use your Goldwing or how you plan to ride it. So that's another thing about the new Goldwing that actually turned me off. And also the Apple CarPlay. And we'll get into that a little bit later, but I can tell you with this Apple CarPlay, you have to have a headset connected to your bike, and you have to have your phone connected to the bike in order for your Apple CarPlay to work, which I don't think that's right, but that's the way it is. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. But on my vehicle, I can just plug in my Apple phone and press one button and Apple CarPlay comes up. Now, someone said to me that the reason why Honda did that is because the bike doesn't have a microphone. And I do understand that, but that should be an option. That should be an option if I want to be able to use the microphone. I may just want to go to the GPS. I may not want to talk to anybody. I may just be mirroring the phone and not necessarily trying to have a conversation with anybody. So that's one of the things about the new Goldwing that I do not care for. But once you get it on, once you got the Apple CarPlay up, it's great. So I just want to point out some things that I don't like about the new Goldwing, and I'm just being honest. I don't want people thinking that I'm trying to bash the new Goldwing or I don't embrace the new Goldwing. I'm just telling you guys the truth. See, a lot of times you can't cross certain bridges until you cross it. Those are the three things that I just dislike about the new Goldwing. More so the seat is number one. It doesn't give you a lot of wind protection. So if you guys are thinking about getting the new Goldwing, be prepared to buy a bigger windshield, be prepared to add wind deflectors, and be prepared to add a new seat. And also, the bike doesn't come with any floorboards, just like my GL 1800. It doesn't come with floorboards. So those are just a few of the things that I feel that Honda has dropped the ball. As far as the engine performance, the bike performs flawlessly. It's got a lot of pickup and go. It's real fast. The engine is smooth as butter. You know, the bike is technologically advanced. But one of the things I found out about this Goldwing, and I'm going to look more into it, I don't think it has a battery light. So, you know, even though it has all of this technology on the new Goldwing, there's no battery light. Earlier today, I went to start the bike and the battery was down, but there was no light on the bike. It was no gauge on the bike. So to my knowledge, there's no way to tell you that your battery is down. But I'll go back through the manual just to make sure that I'm not overlooking something. But from what I can tell, there's no battery light. There's no battery indicator to tell you how much voltage is in your battery. But I'll go back in the manual and look just in case I overlook something. So it's little things like that to me, when you spend that kind of money on a $30,000 motorcycle, it's little things like that to me that's kind of irritating. When you're putting that much money into a bike and your seat is uncomfortable, you don't have a battery light or battery gauge on a technologically advanced motorcycle, you don't have the wind protection, You don't have the floorboards. And it's just little things like that. But overall, I think this is a great bike. I think that I'm going to have fun with this bike. But I also feel that it depends on how you plan to use your bike. One of the things that I have decided to do, even before I bought this new Honda Goldwing, I plan to use this new Honda Goldwing as a runaround bike. I don't plan to bring it up to the level of my 2016. Now, I know a lot of people have asked me, am I going to dark side this bike? I don't know if I'm going to dark side this bike. It depends on how much I ride it. If I'm not riding it that much, I'll probably leave it undark sided. I do have the tire machine, so it's no big deal for me to change my own tires. So most likely, but don't hold me to this, most likely I am not going to dark side this new bike. Another question that I got is, will I put on a trailer hitch to pull my Can-Am trailer? I'm sure at some point I will put on a trailer hitch, but if I wanted to take a long distance tour, I plan on getting on the 2016. I don't really plan on doing it on this 2021. Before I can take a long distance tour on this 21, there's so much that has to be done. But I basically bought this 21 Honda Goldwing to do my running around, to run to work, to run some errands, to run around town. I think it's a great bike if you're stuck in traffic, stop and go. I think it's a great bike if you want to run down some Harleys. I think it's a great bike if you have the need for speed and you want to get an adrenaline rush. I think it's a great bike if you want to hit the twisties. I think it's a great bike if you just want to have some overall fun on a short ride. But I think for a long distance tour, if I had to ride from the East Coast to West Coast, I'd rather be on the 2016 Honda Goldwing. It's just so much more comfortable. This bike should have been called a Goldwing Sport. It should have been called the Goldwing Sport. I wish that Honda would have made two bikes. I wish they would have made the big body style for the long distance touring, and also this smaller slimline lighter bike for your shorter rides, or maybe for people that doesn't have the leg strength or the physical strength to maneuver the bike like the big heavy GL 1800. But overall, I'm happy with the bike. Overall, I think that Honda knocked it out the park with some of the technology that's on the bike. I think they knocked it out the park with the DCT engine. I really like it. I didn't really think I was going to like the DCT engine when I first test rode the new Goldwing. But I actually like the DCT. I'm glad I bought the DCT. So there is a lot of things about the new Goldwing that I really like, but it's going to have to be updated with some improvements in order to make it a long distance tour, in my opinion. So once again, for my short rides, for my running around, for my city rides, running to work, running some errands, a one-day trip, maybe even a weekend getaway, I think that this new Goldwing would be perfect. And that's how I plan to use it. But for a long distance trip, if I'm going to ride from here to Bula Makula, or I'm going to travel to the backside of the moon, I'd rather be on my 2016 Honda Goldwing GL 1800 because it's just more comfortable to me for the long distance ride. And we'll be doing some comparison a little bit later and just comparing the two bikes, talking about some of the difference, pointing out some of the difference between the bike. I know some of you have asked me to do a comparison video on the new Goldwing, and I will be doing that a little bit later. But today I'm just out here showing you guys the new Goldwing. I hope that this video kind of helps some of you guys out, some of you that might be on the fence about the new Goldwing, some of you that have been considering buying the new Goldwing, or you might be thinking about buying the Goldwing. I just hope that this video helps some of you guys out. So drop a comment down in the comment section below if you have some things you want to add to this video, or something that I actually missed. I can't cover everything, so I'm sure that I missed something. So if you want to drop a comment, put that down in the comment section below. Be sure to click that like button if you like this video. Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. And also, be sure to click that bell notification, and it will notify you every time I post a new video. And don't forget to sign up for the Chris Caliente Facebook group, the hottest Facebook group in the land, where we talk about anything and everything, every day, all day. This is your boy Chris, out on the gold wing, out on the gold wing, the 2021 DCT. And I will, as always, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.